Jumping the trailer, galloping song, jumping along, long to run, jumping the cotton, cotton so white. She stayed there all night.
I just got my new KMG grinder in. There's not much out there on YouTube or anything like that, even by the Beaumont Metalworks company. There's not a whole lot on the KMG. So I wanted to do a video review on some of the features on this machine, and then also give you a heads up on some of the things that you might want to look at and think about before you order this setup. A few notes on setup. This thing comes with pretty much all the hardware you need to set it up, except for a few details that they don't quite tell you about. Of course, you're going to need lag bolts or some kind of bolt system, 4 of them, to put the base plate down on whatever you have, whether it's a metal table or wooden, whatever. And I can see why they don't include that, because they don't know what you're attaching it to, so that's understandable. All the other bolts that you need are included with the kit. Everything that you need to attach to the chassis and the motor, and if you get the variable speed, it has a stand. All the bolts come with that. A little bit about wiring this thing up. It doesn't come with any instructions in the box, in the setup, which I don't quite understand why. But you can go to their website if you have internet access and print off everything there. They have it all on the website, the wiring schematics, and a few rudimentary suggestions. But if you have any kind of ability whatsoever, it's not hard to set up at all. I'm a wiring moron, and I got this figured out with a buddy of mine, so it's not that big of a deal. It does come with the wire running from that runs from your motor to the control box. It doesn't come with the wire that you need to go from the control box to the power source. You're going to have to go buy, I think it's 14.3 piece of wire, about 3 foot of it is what I got, to wire into your box. And then you're going to need a grounded plug to wire on the end of it, so you can have a plug-in for your power source. Here's a look inside the control box. It's pretty easy wiring. They give you the wire diagram. This is your power cord. It wires into some lugs, whatever you want to call them, right there. Same with the wire to the motor, wires in right there. It's pretty easy to get to. One thing that they don't really specify clearly for people who are not electrically inclined like me is I don't know the difference between you know, how to wire up 110, 220, however many, whatever, 230. I don't know any of that jazz. I don't really care. I make knives, and I don't want to have to learn it, honestly. I want to be able to set up my grinder and start making knives. So anyway, I wanted to run this thing on 110 outlet, and it says you have to change the jumper from 230 volts to, and this is how they word it, 110 whatever the hell. And on the jumpers it's marked 230 volt and 115 volt. Neither one of those are 110, right? I guess they are, apparently. I don't know. But anyway, I had to call Beaumont, show how much of a moron I was, and they said it needs to go on a 115 volt slot. So if you're in that same position as me and you don't know, that's what you need to do. The other thing is you have to, they supply a switch for you, which is the on-off switch. This spot right here comes with a plug over it, just like these spots. It's basically a dummy spot. To put this switch in, like I say, it doesn't come with any instructions in any of the boxes. You have to go to the website and print all this stuff off or download it or whatever you need to do to get it. But anyway, it does show clear diagrams on the website, so it's not that big of a deal. But it's not that easy to find on the website. You kind of got to do a little hunting for it. So anyway, the switch wire up is really easy. It's all set up for you. I mean, you just plug the wires in and go. If there's one suggestion I'd make to Beaumont, I know they didn't ask for it, but I'm going to go ahead and give it. The one suggestion I would have is to go ahead and just print off the wiring schematics and all the diagrams and things you have on your website, and just throw them in the box chassis. I know you probably get the motor and the controller from a separate place. It's probably shipped direct to the customer. You never see it, maybe, I don't know. But I think it'd be great if you just put that stuff in with the chassis. That way people would have it. They wouldn't have to go inside, print it off, or if they don't have internet access, maybe they ordered it by phone or they were at a friend's house and ordered it. It's going to be hard for them to get that off your website. That's really the only quote criticism I have of this whole thing, though. The Beaumont people are great to work with. I called them up and asked them about the jumper, like I said, and they answered it right off the bat. They knew what I was talking about. I talked to one of them before I ordered the grinder to see if the package that I had was what I needed, and they gave me the A-OK on it and thought it was great. So they are good people to work with, and they make an amazing grinder. Here's a few of the features that at least the package that I ordered come with. This is a nice little attachment right here. This is an attachment that allows you to grind on the slack belt. It's got a nice spot here and gives you a good area to contour handles and blend in convex grinds. And then on this same piece, you can get the flat platen attachment, and it's pretty easy to take on and off. It's just two bolts run in, you just tighten them down, and now you have a flat platen to work with. The other nice feature with this is all you have to do is loosen two bolts, and the whole thing moves to where you can tilt it to whatever angle you like to work on. This whole tooling arm assembly is really cool. I know other grinders feature that. This one is turned over. Of course, you don't want to take this off if you're going to do what I'm about to do, but this is just to show you. Mine comes with an 8-inch grinding wheel. I think you can get up to like 14-inch, something crazy like that. But anyway, it just mounts on the other side. Got a nut, tighten it down, and you're good to go. Main thing that attracted me to this grinder, sold me on it, was this feature right here. This is called a rotary plating. This is for, at least for me, this is handy for grinding convexes. This thing's got a little industrial belt on it with 4 idler wheels. What that allows you to do is select which resistance point you want based on how far apart these wheels are, and that allows you to ground a slight convex or a greater convex depending on which separation you use. Also comes with a nice tooling wrist. Just slides in underneath. There's 2 bolts underneath there. It just slides in. You tighten them up. You got a nice wrist. This is an attachment that allows you to use the small wheels that KMG supplies. I think this is a 1/2 inch. Just slips right in there. Even with being unfamiliar with the machine, trying to get used to it, I ground this knife in literally half the time that I was able to grind on my old machine. In my opinion, this grinder is worth every penny that I paid for it, and I paid quite a bit for it. They're not cheap, but they are worth the price.